This is the activity about leadership educational coaching proposed in this first model in this academic space. The group is made up by Marta Alvarez, Windy Perez, and Margarita Sandoval. Coaching is a way of directing, of guiding the people. In the educational fields, it's important to apply the educational coaching because we can help students to reflect about themselves and they can get their maximum potential. Through the coaching, students can identify in this aspect that maybe they fail or they have weaknesses and they can work on them through this reflection about the different aspects of their life. The educational coaching model has become a cooperative tool that allows that students enhance the process of learning to learn. The idea to implement the educational coaching in students is to change or to become them better persons because they are going to change in the personal and they feel be more motivated and interested in the teaching learning process. We're going to associate all these to different school contexts, in this case a private school and a rural school.
When we analyze rural education, we notice many gaps in terms of poverty and development, notable affecting many sectors, especially the part of the instructor in educational institutions and the pedagogical tools that are used to implement learning in a meaningful way. Likewise, the lack of the strategies and methods on the part of the teacher to promote autonomy in the students, so that the students feel capable of giving the best of himself. On the other hand, rural schools are a good space to develop research and implement educational coaching as a pedagogical strategy to create more experimental and enriching educational environments and classroom strategies for students that allow them to train for life. In addition, promote an inclusive pedagogy that recognizes the abilities and learning rhythms of students. Likewise, teachers as a coaching must be in charge of training the new generations for a society that is a continued transformation, showing optimal professionalizing from self-reflection and their performance in the pedagogical practice of the classroom, affecting their attitude and motivation as a transforming teacher and of the student as being capable of turning their weakness into strength, developing their intrinsic potential, and being able to achieve a sense of efficacy by doing things by themselves.
Instead, educational coaching as a teaching learning strategy in private institutions helps students improve their skills, rediscover their potential, and fully exploit their abilities. The teacher has the possibility in the use of coaching tools to manage emotions, therefore learning to control them facilitates and enrich the different aspects of the life of the student. The pandemic was a new complex situation for both students and parents. A large number of students returned to the classroom unmotivated, frustrated, stressed, and uninterested in the learning process. Additionally, this situation modified classroom plans, since teachers trying to provide feedback on some learning have caused even greater frustration and stress to students. Faced with such a complex scenario, educational coaching becomes relevant. The correct implementation of this educational support strategy facilitates the relationship between the different actors involved in the educational act, since it allows identifying the different difficulties that people are going through after the pandemic, seeking strategies to solve the difficulties both in the affective, emotional, as in academics.
About the strategies that we considered are important and are so useful to improve the problem raised in rural and private schools, we think that collaborative work, self reflection, and learning outside are the strategies that we can apply in these two contexts that now we mention here because they helped to identify the weakness to build improvement plans. In conclusion, we think that it's good to highlight the importance that teachers apply methods, strategies, tools, and materials that allow implementing and improving the performance of the teaching learning process.